I still remember the day my friend Jimmy told me I was running out of time, that I'd spent my whole life chasing the wrong things. He said it with a look in his eye that I'd never seen before, like he was staring right through me. I was taken aback, didn't know what to say, just stood there feeling like I'd been punched in the gut. My name is Walter. I'm 78 years old, and I'm here to tell you a story that'll teach you one lesson: what's truly important in life. It's a lesson I learned the hard way, and it's one I wish someone had taught me when I was younger. I grew up in a small town in Ohio in the 1950s. It was a different time back then. People were simpler, and life was slower. I had a best friend, Jimmy, and we did everything together. We'd explore the woods, go fishing, and play baseball. But as we got older, things started to change. We both got jobs at the local factory, and we began to drift apart. I started to focus more on my career, trying to make a name for myself, trying to make more money. I thought that's what it meant to be successful. But here is what I never told anyone: I was miserable. I was working long hours, barely seeing my family, and feeling empty inside. I thought I was doing the right thing, but deep down, I knew I wasn't. Jimmy, on the other hand, was living a simple life. He was married, had kids, and was happy. He'd invite me over for dinner, and I'd see the love in his family's eyes, and I'd feel a pang of jealousy. I'd think to myself, why can't I have that? One day, Jimmy came to me and said, "Walter, you're not living, you're just existing." He told me I needed to reevaluate my priorities, to focus on what truly mattered. But I didn't listen. I thought I knew better. I thought I was on the right path. But I was wrong. I was so wrong. It wasn't until my wife left me, until my kids grew up and moved away, that I realized Jimmy had been right. I'd spent my whole life chasing the wrong things, and now I was alone. I'd lost the people I loved, and I'd lost myself. I was 60 years old, and I'd never felt more empty. But here is what I never told anyone: I hit rock bottom. I'd lost everything that truly mattered, and I was left with nothing but regret. I thought about all the time I'd wasted, all the memories I'd missed out on. I thought about Jimmy's words, and how I'd ignored them. I realized that I'd been living someone else's dream, not my own. I'd been trying to impress people I didn't even like, and I'd lost myself in the process. The revelation hit me like a ton of bricks. Life is short, and it's precious. It's not about the money, the status, or the power. It's about the people you love, the experiences you have, and the memories you create. It's about living in the moment, not just existing. I learned that the hard way, and it's a lesson I'll never forget. I remember the day Jimmy told me I was running out of time, and I didn't know what to say. But now I do. I'd tell him he was right. I was running out of time, and I wasted so much of it. But I'd also tell him that I've learned, I've grown, and I've changed. I've learned to appreciate the little things, to love the people around me, and to live in the moment. I wish I could go back in time. I wish I could tell my younger self to stop wasting time, to focus on what truly matters. But I know I can't. All I can do is try to help others not make the same mistakes I did. So if you're watching this, and you're feeling lost, or you're feeling empty, just know that you're not alone. We've all been there. We've all made mistakes. But it's never too late to change. It's never too late to start living the life you truly want. So please, don't waste your time. Don't waste your life. Focus on what truly matters, and never give up on your dreams. And if you want to hear more stories like this, more stories about life, love, and loss, then subscribe to my channel. As I sit here reflecting on the journey that has brought me to this moment, I am reminded of the countless people who have inspired me along the way. The ones who have faced unimaginable challenges, yet still managed to find the strength to keep going. The ones who have lost loved ones, yet still found a way to heal and move forward. And the ones who have dared to dream big, despite the fears and doubts that threaten to hold them back. I think about the young woman who reached out to me after losing her mother to cancer. She was struggling to come to terms with the loss, and feeling lost and alone in the world. But as we talked, I realized that she was not just grieving the loss of her mother, she was also grieving the loss of her own sense of identity. She had defined herself by her role as a daughter, and now that her mother was gone, she was left wondering who she was, and what she wanted to do with her life. As we talked, I shared with her my own story of loss and struggle. I told her about the times I had felt like giving up, the times I had felt like I just didn't have the strength to keep going. But I also told her about the times I had found the courage to keep moving forward, to keep pushing through the pain and the fear. And I told her that it was okay to not be okay, that it was okay to take her time, and to grieve in her own way. As we talked, I could feel the weight of her emotions beginning to lift. I could sense the fear and the doubt beginning to give way to a sense of hope and determination. And as we said our goodbyes, I knew that she would be okay. I knew that she would find a way to heal, to move forward, and to create a life that was true to who she was. And that's what it's all about, isn't it? Creating a life that is true to who we are, a life that is authentic and meaningful. It's not always easy, and it's not always straightforward. But it's worth it, every step of the way. Because when we live a life that is true to ourselves, we open ourselves up to a world of possibility and potential. We open ourselves up to love, to connection, and to a sense of purpose and meaning. So don't be afraid to take the road less traveled. Don't be afraid to be different, to stand out from the crowd. Because it's in those moments of courage and vulnerability that we discover who we truly are, and what we're truly capable of. And it's in those moments that we find the strength to keep going, to keep pushing through the pain and the fear, and to create a life that is truly our own. And as I look back on my own journey, I am reminded of the power of the human spirit. I am reminded of the resilience and the determination that lies within each and every one of us. And I am reminded of the importance of living in the present moment, of embracing the beauty and the wonder of life just as it is. So let's make a promise to ourselves to live each day with intention and purpose. Let's make a promise to ourselves to follow our hearts and to pursue our dreams. And let's make a promise to ourselves to never give up, no matter what challenges we may face. Because in the end, it's not the years that we live, but the life that we live in those years that truly matters. Because in the end, it's not the years that we live, but the life that we live in those years that truly matters. As we stand at the crossroads of our journey, we're reminded that every decision, every choice, and every step we take has the power to shape our destiny. The question is, what will we do with this precious gift of life? Will we let fear and doubt hold us back, or will we rise above and let our passion and determination guide us forward? As we reflect on our own lives, we may realize that we've been living on autopilot, going through the motions, and waiting for something to change. But the truth is, change begins with us. It begins with a decision to take control, to break free from the constraints of our own minds, and to unleash our full potential. It's a choice to see the world with fresh eyes, to feel the sun on our skin, and to breathe in the beauty of life. We've all been given a unique set of talents, skills, and experiences that make us who we are. And it's up to us to use these gifts to make a positive impact on the world. Whether it's through our work, our relationships, or our community, we have the power to create ripples of kindness, compassion, and love. And as we do, we'll begin to notice the world around us transforming, one small act at a time. But it's not always easy. There will be times when the road ahead seems uncertain, and the darkness feels overwhelming. There will be moments when we'll doubt our own abilities, and wonder if we're good enough. That's when we need to remind ourselves of our why, of the reason we started this journey in the first place. We need to hold on to our vision, our passion, and our purpose, and let it guide us through the toughest of times. And when we emerge on the other side, stronger, wiser, and more resilient, we'll look back on those struggles with gratitude. We'll see that they were a necessary part of our growth, a crucible that refined our character and prepared us for the triumphs that await us. We'll realize that the journey, not the destination, was the true gift all along. As we move forward, let's hold on to the promise we made to ourselves to follow our hearts and to pursue our dreams. Let's remember that every day is a new chance to start anew, to rewrite our story, and to create a brighter future. And when the winds of adversity blow, let's stand firm, like trees that have weathered many storms, and let our roots of courage, hope, and determination deepen. In the end, our lives will be a reflection of the choices we make, the risks we take, and the love we share. So let's choose to live with intention, to love with abandon, and to leave a legacy that inspires future generations to live their own lives with purpose, passion, and joy. For when we do, we'll know that we've truly lived, and that our time on this earth has been a precious, precious gift.